Like, why would a black man name himself after a German psychopath?
I'm going to start out from the beginning. We are here because we want to talk about Jessica and talk about her story and the truth.
I have the mother and brother of Miss Jessica Reed, and I think this was an important interview to have. I spoke about Miss Jessica Reed, 2 or 3 times on my platform, and it got the ball rolling on some developments of Mr. Charlemagne the God. But I think some things that are being put out in the media may not necessarily be true. So we're gonna let the mother and the brother speak about what's actually the fact. So
thank you for allowing us to be on, man.
yes, sir.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jonathan. I am Reed's mother. First, I want to thank Mr. Brown for having us on his platform. I want to thank all of the supporters and the YouTubers, all of those who contributed to shedding light on Jessica Reed's story. We really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts, and we thank you. There's a lot to cover. I'm going to start out from the beginning. We are here because we want to talk about Jessica and talk about her story and the truth. Okay, I want to start first with the DNA. I've heard a lot about people talking about the DNA had proved him innocent. DNA did not prove Charlemagne innocent. And I want to state some facts so that can be up, because that's all I hear all over the place. Well, he's innocent. DNA proved him innocent. No, he is not. No, he is not innocent.
Let me tell y'all something. Leave Kwame Brown alone. I don't know if y'all know, but you could do a little research. Kwame Brown was born in Charleston, South Carolina. I don't think I've ever met Kwame, but I know a lot of his family. His family lived in Moss Corner, South Carolina. His father's name was Willie Brown. I don't know how many kids Willie Brown had. I don't know how many siblings Kwame Brown got, but I went to school with his sister. And I went to school with one of his brothers. Let me tell y'all something. Kwame's father in the 90s, I remember this story. He beat a woman with an axe handle. It was his girlfriend. And the rumor was he buried her alive. He buried her in the area that I grew up in, if I remember correctly. I've been trying to call my dad since yesterday to confirm the whole story, because I literally forgot about this until yesterday, but the woman died and he got arrested. If he's still alive, he's in prison for life, because he got caught because he left South Carolina after the murder and came back for his paycheck. Let me tell you something else. His other brother, I don't know if him and Kwame were close, but his other brother shot his baby mama several times and then killed himself. That was like in 2008. And his other brother, Kwame's other brother, just went to jail for murder like 3 years ago. All of this you can Google. I'm saying all that to say, leave Kwame alone. That man has been quiet for 20 years. He don't bother nobody. Clearly all that, all that he's a bust stuff gets to him, and you don't know what people are going through or have been through, but I've seen folks snap for less, and it looks like, Kwame is snapping. And if you look at the history of men in his family, you would know his men in his family have a history of snapping.
I've heard a lot about people talking about the DNA had proved him innocent.
No, he is not innocent. And the DNA did not prove him innocent. There was no analysis performed. And I'm going to get a little bit and understand. I have a document here from South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, Forensic Services, Laboratory Report. This is the report that was done on my daughter and on him. She took a rape kit, the sexual. She was given that. It states here that blood, there was no analysis performed. Saliva, no analysis performed. On him, Charlemagne, Leonard Larry McCalvey. Blood, no analysis performed. Blood, no analysis performed. Saliva, no analysis performed. Saliva, no analysis performed. No analysis performed means that there were no detailed examination of anything complex in order to understand its nature or to determine its essential features.
Stay creeping.
What's the wildest shit you ever did, like, after, like, since you gained fame? Wildest shit you ever did, like, after, like, since you gained...
Stay creeping.
What's the wildest shit you ever did, like, after...
Stay creeping. Stay creeping. Stay creeping. Stay creeping.
What's the wildest shit you ever did, like, after...
Stay creeping.
What's the wildest shit you ever did, like, after, like, since you gained fame with, like, either groupies, or
I don't do that shit. Hell, I'm scared of that kind of shit. I done had a rape charge before.
Oh, for real?
Hell yeah, I'm scared of that kind of shit. I don't even play them.
You got, like, a charge? How you beat that?
Because I didn't do it. It was a...
You got like a charge of how you beat that? You got like a charge of how you beat that? Because I didn't do it.
It was a criminal sexual conduct with a minor charge.
That mean you would have to, like, register for the sex
Yeah, I was.
right?
It was the year 2000, 2001. High school, and he had got a scholarship to Penn State University, and I had a party, and I had all of these chicks at a party. Like I was doing overnights I was working at D93 then, so I had all these chicks there that I met through radio, and chicks that my dude had known. So I used to always see this chick with my dude. So I bought, I invited her to the party. So she was at the party and shit. She got drunk, high, whatever. She was at the party and shit. She got drunk, high, whatever. Something happened in the room with a couple of my dudes. Something happened in the room with a couple of my dudes. I'm asking them, did they mess with the chick, after the fact, after she pressed charges? And they was like, no. But they was like, yo, she's bugging. I remember the night of, they was like, yo, she's in here bugging out. She's kicking over the TV and she's trying to set shit on fire. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I had left. So the next morning, I'm hearing she said she got raped. So I go to the hood to ask what happened. They like, yeah, my cousin who had got the scholarship, yeah, he's in jail now. What you mean he's in jail? He's in jail. They said he raped the girl. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I go down to the jailhouse. Talk to the detective myself. No, they ain't no one for me. I just told the detective, like, look, I take full responsibility for anything that happened in the house last night.
You gonna take the case?
No, but I said, as far as I know, because I asked around, did anybody fuck up? I'm like, yo, nobody got raped. Yada yada yada. Did anybody fuck up? I'm like, yo, nobody got raped. Yada yada yada. They didn't even have my cousin in custody. My other cousins was fucking with me, because they was mad they didn't get invited to the party. Hating ass motherfuckers. So my cousin wasn't even in custody. So I went down to the jailhouse for nothing. So I'm like, I take full responsibility for everything. I bought the alcohol. They was like, well, you're not even of age to buy alcohol. And I'm like, well, how'd you get it? Well, I got a crackhead to get it for me. Whatever.
You went down there copping out, please.
Yeah, they had to do shit.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks later, they come and arrest me for criminal sexual conduct with a minor. So I had to get blood and hair follicles.
Oh, you going down there to initially explain it?
They ain't had nobody else depending on.
A lot of people feel like nothing is gonna happen because he's protected. So what do you guys think about this?
But all jokes aside, y'all, I mean, this man gotta be stopped. Charlemagne be on here spreading hate. Always trying to clown or roast somebody.
Ariel, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I got this girl real drunk. And
that sentence sounds a little fishy.
I got this girl real drunk.
I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly.
I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly. I got this girl real drunk.
Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish Fly.
Oh, so you raped her? 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 Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They sell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking.
They sell knives at the store too. You could put that to a girl's throat and have sex with it. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish Fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk and shit, and we had sex and shit, and like. A lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck her. I'm like, nah, chill out. I can't. I'm not doing that. And I'm not gonna let you run a train on it. That's rape.
Yeah.
Okay. So, right. So
it's just one.
I'm not gonna let you run a train on it. That's rape. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So
it's just one.
I'm not gonna let you run a train on it. That's rape. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So
it's just 101. It ain't right.
Yeah. So the next
trains are rape.
So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, oh, we had sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then a couple days later, She's like, yo, are you sure I only had sex with you? Because one of my stupid ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. I was there the whole time. He did not fuck her. He looked at her naked, but he didn't fuck her, right? So I'm telling her, no, me and you just had sex. Nobody else did nothing. So it just was weird that she was like, well, I'm just glad it was you. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, you could have been in a real bad situation if it was another motherfucker.
That's a huge compliment, man. A girl just said, yo, at least you raped me.
I didn't rape her. I did not rape her. I did not rape her.
If it was any of your cousins or friends, it would have been rape. But
I didn't rape her because me and her had every intention of having sex with each other.
So then why would you put the Spanish fly?
I was a freaky, I'm still a freaky motherfucker, but listen,
Wait, was she passed out while you fucked her?
Nah, she wasn't like, she was like one of those drunks where, no, she was one of those drunks where like,
what are you doing
she was one of those drunks where she was like, she wasn't coherent, but she was up. You know when your girl is, like when you're blacked out, like that, don't know what the fuck's going on type shit. Like she was really
to go and have lunch at that time. I did not know, and I want to stress it very clearly, I did not know his age at that time. I just figured that he was a friend, hang around friend, possibly even high school. So yes, he did come and he did assure me that my daughter and her girlfriend would be safe with him.
So the second time Charlemagne came to my home, I wasn't here. I'm not sure where I was, but my brother answered the door, told Charlemagne I wasn't here, and that was the second occasion. The third occasion was the day of the party. Charlemagne called me one day and told me he was having a party, a beach party, and invited me to the beach party. Initially, I said no, but then he said the party was actually for him. It was his birthday, and he said, you know, you're like my sister, you have to be there. And I told him, I said, okay. Give me a second. And he said, you know, you're like my sister, you have to be there. And I told him, I said, okay. Give me a second. So he told me it was his birthday party and I had to be there. He said, you're like my sister, I want you to come. And I told him, I said, okay, I would come. So I called my best friend and I asked her if she wanted to go. And she said that she would think about it. She got back to me and said she couldn't go. So I asked my brother's girlfriend at the time, her name is Malika Joyner, and she said that she would go with me. Or the day of the party, I got a call from Charlemagne and asked if we were ready. And we told him yes. So he came to pick us up. There were two vehicles. It was a Yukon and I believe it was a Talon, if I'm not mistaken, a sports car. He had a few guys with him, and one of those guys was a cousin of his by the name of Kenta Palmer. Kenta Palmer was the one driving the sports vehicle. Prior to this day, I had never met Kenta or any of the guys who came to pick us up.
Charlemagne, that pressure on you. Because, boy, there's some smoke brewing up under your ass. Because, Angela, you got a decision to make, sis. Sitting here acting like you goddamn like black women. You goddamn, that's sad. You got this patchy-eyed demon. You got that patchy-eyed demon. Because I still like the nigga with the patchy eye. With that patch on your eye. Because that's when you felt insecure. You know, right eye. You felt insecure when you had that goddamn patch on your eye. So now that maybe you healed, now that they done bleach your goddamn skin even, boy. Maybe you don't feel so damn unpretty. Hey, look here. It's funny how you punk-ass bullies can't take nobody talking back about y'all. And then y'all so stupid. That's a damn shame. Y'all some mental midgets. That's a goddamn shame. Charlemagne, I'm not gonna get up off your ass until you tell me who protecting you, boy. Because they just as bad as you. See? I think Angela Yee, I think that light-skinned punk, DJ Envy, that you told me a story about how Charlemagne the God got his name, and I thought that was interesting. I don't think people know that. Why would he call himself that based on what you're gonna explain? What is he, 5'6"? What is he, 5'6"?
Charlemagne?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's a little short guy. Look, the real Charlemagne was an Adolf Hitler prototype. The real Charlemagne, but an Adolf Hitler on steroids. He did ethnic cleansing all through Europe. He was a Franco-German. Charlemagne was a psychopath. It meant Charles the Great. So this clown on the Breakfast Club is saying Charles the Great, the God. Charlemagne was a psychopath. Charlemagne was a psychopath.
Dang.
There was one little episode where he went down to where the Basques still live, and they still had the old habit of cremating their dead. Place ain't very much area to bury somebody, right? So he went down and he slaughtered 125,000 of them because they cremated their dead. He did stuff like that. He slaughtered people, killed out whole regions, exterminated everybody because they didn't switch over to his particular brand of religion.
ethnic cleansing on a super scale back in the Dark Ages, the 10th century, in the 900s. So that's who he's calling himself by, Charlemagne the God. Now, like, why would a black man name himself after a German psychopath? You got it? That's like saying, I'm Adolf the Great.
No, they wouldn't let you say that.
Yeah, but Charlemagne was worse.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, you had 500 years to it, and somebody's war criminal crimes against humanity type becomes worthy of note because he exercised power. Just like I don't particularly like Charlemagne and some of these charlatans, and you don't like some of your colleagues that are going the unmanly way.
Yeah,
Well,
go get into it. What you think about Charlemagne? What you think about him? Get into that. I know people waiting to hear Charlemagne and Stephen A. Smith.
Punk ass with a punk name. Just like I don't particularly like Charlemagne and some of these charlatans, and you don't like some of your colleagues that are going the unmanly way.
Yeah, well, go get into it. What you think about Charlemagne? What you think about him? Get into that. I know people waiting to hear Charlemagne and Stephen A. Smith.
Punk ass with a punk name. Yeah, that's what they do. When they get a man that's a man, they try to down him. And if you badmouth somebody often enough, you get people adopting what they hear. So you get a negative impression. So what the deal is take the exemplars who behave like they're supposed to, and you get the people turned against that by telling lies, mistruths, exaggerations, and so forth.
Do you sleep in a coffin or something? Why would you let that man sit across from you, knowing what he did to that woman? That's a goddamn shame. Why would this company keep this son bitch on? Why is he still on a national radio show? I thought it was Love All Women. Or am I absolutely right that it's pick-me's? And then if it's the motherfucker you go eat lunch with, or if it's the motherfucker you follow on Instagram that you like, because nobody like me, but the motherfucker you like, a punk bitch can brag and dominate a woman and then sit there and talk about it on a goddamn interview, further mentally fucking up this lady, because he know his white daddy gonna protect him. But you black women, y'all have been complicit in this shit. This nigga got a lot of famous black women that's his friend. I'm gonna expect you women to unfollow this son of a bitch.